listening to our podcast, you know we mostly chat about organic, aka non-paid content strategies. It's like the homemade meals of marketing. They're crafted with care and they're great for steady growth. But today, we are mixing things up. We're diving into the world of Facebook and Instagram ads, exploring how to run successful campaigns in 2024. Think of paid ads as the store-bought baby food of your marketing diet. They're quick, they're targeted, and can give your business's social accounts a bit of a boost at the right time. While nothing can fully replace the value of home-cooked organic content, adding some paid ads into your marketing mix is like giving your business a well-timed growth spurt. They help you reach new people fast and can give your business a boost just when you need it. Today, we'll break down how paid ads can work hand in hand with your organic efforts. We'll show you how they can help push your business in front of more eyes and why they're a smart part of a balanced marketing diet. Joining the chat today, we have Anna from Flourish Digital, an e-commerce growth specialist with over a decade of experience helping businesses grow and scale. Anna has a background in online retail, so she knows what it takes to succeed online. So whether you're a seasoned marketer or just dipping your toes into the world of paid advertising, we're sure you're going to gain a lot from Anna's wisdom. Welcome to the Mad Marketing Mums podcast, Anna.
Thank you for having me. What a pleasure.
Let's kick things off with the benefits of running paid ads. Now, obviously, we know that they can help to drive sales or boost sales if you're already getting those from your organic content. But are there other reasons that people are investing in paid campaigns?
Yeah, well, paid campaigns can be quite beneficial for your business. Not only can it help you with sales and leads, but can also help you grow an email list and really get your brand out there. Brand awareness. If you don't advertise, you're really relying on organic traffic, which can work. I'm not going to lie about that if it's done properly. But paid advertising gives your business that boost where everybody is seen. And you're really opening up the business to a whole new world out there, not just within Australia, worldwide, if you do offer services and products worldwide.
Yeah, and especially with like Instagram's declining reach. I know everybody's complaining about this, right?
Yeah.
If you're struggling with that, maybe your content's not going viral, then having ads in the mix can be a really good way of boosting
that. Yeah, absolutely.
So we know that you specialize in e-commerce, but most of our audience, or Krishna and I especially, we specialize in, say, service providers or even B2B. What would be the key differences when you're running ads between a product-based business versus a service?
Obviously, with a product-based business, you're out there really to sell your products. You want to make sales. With both, you want to be growing an email list. Different strategies of doing that. But essentially, product-based business or e-commerce stores, you're selling your toys or your clothing or whatever, supplements, anything like that. Service-based businesses, very different, where you're advertising to grow your list or to sell a service such as, for example, for myself, I might want to have a lead magnet out there. You want to provide value. You are probably hosting a workshop, so to get subscribers and people registering for that. You may have a podcast, so you want to get that out there. They are very different in the way you do actually run the campaign. So one service-based businesses, you're probably going for more leads, sometimes traffic. Product-based, you go for more sales conversions.
Side question for that. Do you find that maybe with service-based businesses, it might be like a longer game versus, say, product-based, you might get that instant conversion?
Yeah, that is right. And with product-based, you can see right away, oh, we got a sale and that's return on ad spend and that was profitable. And straight away, it's more sort of satisfying because you can see if they're actually working. With like our businesses, service-based, you're not sure. Yes, you might get your leads. It's a lot harder to measure. So you're really checking the metrics, like your cost per clicks and cost per leads. You need to look at everything holistically. Like with the product-based, you want to look at your Shopify sales. Are they increasing? And with your service-based, is your email list growing, your followers growing, your inquiries growing, like email inquiries increasing? That's what you look at. If they are, then you're doing something right.
Clem, we must have read each other's mind because I wrote down, is the sales funnel a bit longer for service-based? So there you go. We're all thinking the same thing. And I think you're really right about that, Anna. It can be hard to see that return on investment. I would say even for some product-based, because perhaps the ad created that brand awareness, but they didn't convert right away. And then in a few weeks' time, they might just go and type in your website address directly, and you don't necessarily know that that was attributed to the ad.
That's right. The window's changed.
I mean, what's the window?
Years ago, you could track it as a 28-day window. It's changed now to a 7-day window, 1-day click, 1-day view. It is really hard to track. And this is why I tell my clients and anyone potential comes on a call with me is you really need to have all your funnels in place, your email marketing funnels, because that feeds off your ads. Because if they're giving you the email address, they're subscribing and you've got a welcome series going out or a retargeting email, abandoned cart email going out, you can sort of recapture them like that. Don't just rely on the Facebook platform. It can be really hard to track. It's just changed so much. So you can't just go, Facebook ads would be an end all, and you need to make sure that they are profitable as well.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because I ran a campaign a couple of weeks ago for an e-com client, and I haven't done Facebook ads in a little while. And the whole interface has completely changed. And it's a lot more restricted in terms of your targeting options.
I would probably say retargeting is almost non-existent anymore in terms of the old way we retarget. We are relying more on the platform to do the work for us. And that is sometimes hard because there is Advantage Plus campaigns now that we utilize. It's a mixture of using your current audience, which I use a purchase of 90 days or 180 days, and then also going out to find people who are similar to that. And it uses machine learning. So that's changed quite a lot. And then also how to distribute the budget to that campaign. A lot of people I speak to don't have huge budgets. And when I'm talking huge budgets, I'm not talking about $100 a day. I'm talking $500, $600 a day, $1,000 a day. On average, my clients are around $50 a day on average, 30 to 50. So it really limits what you can test. The other thing I found is different now is the AI is coming in now and using that. So is it better? Is it worse? I haven't really utilized that as much because everything's just gone nicely with some of my accounts. So I'm not going to touch it if it's, I'm not going to start testing things, but I've seen that pop up lately. The other thing I find that has changed quite a lot is the use of audiences. The interest-based audiences have decreased over time. I'll use the kids wear as an example because I do work with a lot of children's brands where you could target things like kids brands like Bonds, those kind of brands that don't exist anymore. You could even target bigger names who are on Instagram, Aussie-based businesses. They've really decreased a lot of the interests, which makes it harder.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I made a custom audience out of, what we already had, look-alike, and then a cold. And the cold was really limited in terms of the options compared to when I'd previously run ads. The AI thing was quite interesting. I didn't do Advantage Plus because I didn't know exactly what it was. So I just manually did it. But one thing that did pop up that I really quite liked was it gave you alternative captions or descriptions. And it was actually one of those that I took one line out of. I was like, oh, I like that line.
Perfect.
Popped it into my caption already, and that performed the best.
Yeah.
So that was actually really useful. But some of the captions had that chat GPT vibe, like unleash this and the power of whatever. And you're like,
when it's a chat GPT. I mean, I use chat GPT because if I'm working with ads in the afternoon, I will admit my brain won't function. I'm a morning person. So it really does help. But that is so helpful in Facebook where it does show you samples of copy, and it's not 100%, but you can pull out some words. Like even just one word, you think, I didn't think about that word.
Can I go on a quick tangent talking about Advantage Plus? Because it sounds like to me, correct me if I'm wrong, that it's giving you a lookalike audience from your custom audience, but then there's still the option to create lookalike audiences. Would you do both?
Sorry, can we explain what Advantage Plus is to people who
Yeah,
haven't
sure.
maybe?
So Advantage Plus uses machine learning, basically. It really doesn't give you much control, or doesn't give you any control over the whole campaign.
So, okay, so this is kind of like Facebook ads in Business
Yeah.
Manager for
Yeah, so you
beginners.
have an
You
option.
end up on Advantage
Yeah,
Plus.
so when you go
Okay.
to create your ad, you have an Advantage Plus option or the old manual option. Traditionally, what I've been doing and what has worked for me is, number one is, and this is where budget comes into place, is if you've got the old top of funnel audiences running and you have a creative in there, an ad that is working really, really well, you would pop that ad up into your Advantage Plus campaign because it's a proven ad. So it's not there to test, it's there to promote what's worked already. The other thing that's working well for me, and this is what I'm using across to a few of my clients and it's working extremely well, is literally having the Advantage Plus audience and having a DPA or a catalog in there. And that for me is serving as like a retargeting ad. But then when I've been cross-checking that with the client's Shopify stores, funny enough, it's all brand new customers coming into that to buy. Facebook is showing the products to who it feels is the right person who will be buying that product. But that's just that one campaign. You wouldn't be having that running alone. Some people do, depending on the budget, but you still need to monitor it for the metrics and see if it's working.
So, all right, I think the top 3 questions that Krishna and I
Yes.
get asked are, okay, how do I go viral? Should I be using hashtags?
Yeah.
And should I boost my
Oh.
posts? So, to boost or not to boost? Krishna and I usually we recommend having a proper ad campaign because we're like, boosting it's convenient.
Yeah.
It's like going to 7-Eleven. It's really convenient to go and get a liter of milk from 7-Eleven, but you're paying a premium as well for the convenience, right? So we always recommend creating a proper ad campaign in Ads Manager. But we would love to know what your thoughts are on it. And is there a difference in the results that you receive when you do an ad versus boosting?
Okay. If you're a product-based business, I wouldn't be boosting because you are not really reaching the right people. There's no strategy. You're just putting it out there and just like, it's like $50 a day. Just throw it out the window because literally that's what you're doing. Right? There's no goals. I'll create my clients' ads from scratch and I'll be monitoring the metrics and knowing what changes to make, what to do next. And then I'll go across to their Shopify stores. I've got a couple of WordPress clients, but mainly Shopify, and go, okay, are their average order value increasing and are their click-through rates and all that increasing? Like, okay, what do I need to adjust at ad level to increase your sales and increase your average order value and your lifetime value at the Shopify level? So you've got to work together. So whatever work I do there is also doing in Shopify. And then I'm sort of communicating that to the client. You can't do that when you're boosting a post because, well, you're just literally just pressing the blue button and hoping for the best. There's no strategy at all. However, with a service-based business, I did test this last week myself. And a coach that I've been working with said, try boosting to increase your likes on your Instagram account. You can have that option. So maybe for service-based businesses, it's probably a little bit different. So I did do that. And I thought, let me see what happens here. Did I get followers? Yes, not a lot, a handful. Were they my ideal followers? Probably not. I don't know who they were. I don't think an 18-year-old teenager who has a cat and is a Sagittarian and likes going to the beach is my client. So no, I probably wasted. Was the budget too low? Perhaps. Like I could have tested, increased, doubled the budget, $10 a day, and then see what happened from there. I've done it a couple of times. It hasn't worked for me.
So by the sounds of it, with boosting, you can't target the same audiences.
It does give you some option. Like, do you want to target the lookalike of your followers? But really, there's no strategy behind it. Like I said, you can't measure the metrics with that and with Shopify. And I'll be honest, when I've seen people who, and I can tell when they've boosted a post, when I've gone in an ad account, a new client, and they've like, I've just boosted posts. And then I've gone in to check, they've wasted so much money and there's no sales next to those boosted posts. So, and if they do get likes, it's not your ideal client or customer. So you've really wasted money. I'd rather spend
it's really
my money
for vanity,
I'd rather,
right? For those vanity
it
metrics.
is. And honestly, followers don't equate to dollars. It really doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking before we hit record about the fact that I've gone viral over on TikTok. But I'm talking about something that is not related to marketing at all. And I have hundreds of new followers who are not aligned with my ideal customer. Yes, I did the very thing I tell people not to do. And I've probably trashed my account. And that's okay. I know how to fix it, hopefully, and get it back. But that's sort of what I think of when I think of boosting. It's a spray and pray kind of approach where you just chuck your content out to anybody. And yes, it might bring a bunch of people in, but they're not necessarily the right people aligned with your ideal customers or clients. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because we had a chat, what was it, Series 1, Series 2, Clem, with Dennis Yu, who
Series
has
1.
spent, how much was it, $100 million on Facebook ads throughout his career with his clients. And he said to boost, and we were both thinking, what? This is insane. But I think it was for that attention engagement piece rather than the conversions. And so I guess it really depends on what you're trying to achieve. For most people, they're probably trying to make sales. So it doesn't make sense.
No, it won't make sense at all. Because like I said, if you're running Facebook ads properly, you are measuring your sales with your shop, you're comparing and saying, okay, where can we make the changes or the adjustments or the improvements? You can't do that if you're boosting a post.
Aside from boosting, what are some other mistakes that you see people making with their
I've seen a few
ads?
lately. I guess copy and creative. It's not compelling enough. Like they're literally writing something like, grab your bag here. It's like, okay, what am I grabbing? And like, let's just say they're selling a handbag and it's, well, how is this bag going to solve the problem? Is it leather? The strap short, and is there two straps? Is it for going out? You know, like there's not enough information and it's not going to make me stop the scroll. The creative, like I said, is really important. It is one of the main reasons why people will stop. I've seen creatives that are really bland and boring, or so over the top that it's distracting and I don't know what it's doing. The biggest thing also is budget. People are running ads on $10 a day and expecting miracles to happen. And it spreads so thin across 6 ads, like probably 1 or 2 campaigns. And it's like, well, why are my ads not working? And the minute I go in, it's like, well, that's your reason why.
Would also maybe like patience be
100%.
something that people don't have? Because going back to Dennis Yu, I remember what he said was, you need to give these time for the machine to figure out who these ads are ticking with, and it does not happen overnight. And people, I think, seem to think with digital it's instantaneous.
No, you really need to give, like even Vantage Plus, you need to give it sometimes 2 weeks. And I know you're thinking, oh my goodness, like the clients or the people who are running ads thinking, oh my God, my money is just flying out the door every single day. But you really need to look at your metrics and give it time. And you do need to look away. I know it's hard. I do the same thing. I keep checking, or did that client have a sale yet? If it's a brand new campaign that I'm pretty proud of, I'm like, I wonder if it's had a sale yet. But don't touch it. Patience is the most important thing when you're running Facebook ads.
Yeah, the campaign I did a couple of weeks ago, we only ran it for 10 days, and it still said learning in there. But yeah, the whole time it said it was learning. So you're right. And maybe next time then when we do something, it'll learn faster. If we're using some of those same audiences. But yes, the copy and the creative, I think that's a huge one. And the good part is that's something we can control.
We can control that.
So we can test some different copy. and what's working. We found at the start of the campaign, it was actually an image of a person that was performing the best, but later down the track, it turned into a carousel of the products that was actually working the best. So you do have to be patient and give it time, because you can make decisions based off those initial results, and you can make the wrong decision.
You don't want to be turning off what could be almost there at a conversion. And then you've made the biggest mistake ever, because you're just flipping out ads left, right, and center, and then you're not really giving anything a go, and you're hurting your ads by doing that, actually.
Yes.
So,
what's the absolute least amount that you should spend a day?
I always tell my clients, if you can do at least $30 a day and be able to scale from there, I think that's ideal. Some people get scared, which is understandable. I've been a store owner. I know what it's like. Some people start at 20. If you're going to be starting at that, I probably advise them running their own ads, and I can guide them and teach them and train them. But if you're going to hire someone, you really want to go in with at least $30 to $50 a day. Obviously, the more the better.
Okay. So also for someone that is going to be starting out with ads, you said 30 to 50 bucks a day for a daily budget. What types of campaigns then would you recommend? Do you go straight to conversion campaigns, or is it better to warm them up and then give them that conversion ad campaign? What would you recommend?
I think on that budget, I have done some engagement ads, but honestly, if you want a sale, you go straight for the sale, go straight for the kill. I wouldn't even bother wasting my budget, $5 a day, on an engagement campaign to warm up anybody. I always go straight for conversions. Even the way I've even structured the campaign has changed. It's literally one campaign now. As before, I would have, 70% of $30 goes to top of funnel, and 30% goes to middle of funnel, and then the rest goes to bottom of funnel. There's none of that anymore. There's no funnel. There's not enough budget. It's literally one campaign, couple of audiences, testing, and then like 2 to 3 ads. So I'm giving away my structure. So that's what I do. And and then you just keep testing the audience to see what's working and building that out.
Yeah. Little side note, and something that I talk to clients about, and I want to know if you have the same feelings, Anna. When you're running your ads, are you also going hard with your organic content to supplement them?
Yes.
Good. I'm at least right on that front.
If you don't have an organic strategy, why bother running your ads? You're just wasting your time. And I get so frustrated with people who come on and have a strategy call with me, and then they say, I want to run some ads. Why? I'm not getting any sales. And then I look at their Instagram accounts. I'll check everything before we get on a call. And they'll say, I haven't posted in about 3 months because I'm too busy with my kids, or too busy because I can't be bothered, or I don't know what to post. And I'm like, okay. And how about your email marketing? I've got Klaviyo, but I don't know how to use it, and I haven't sent an email. Maybe last one was last year. And that's a no from me. I'm not going to take your money because it requires even hard work. So no, you need to have and I talk about this so often on my own account, that you really need to have that whole marketing wheel in motion, and they all feed into each other. Because if you're sitting dormant on Instagram and there's someone that's coming to check you out and there's nothing on there, are you open? Are you closed? What's going on this account? Have you gone bust? What's happening here?
That reminds me of, I went once for, this is years ago, for an interview for content marketing manager role at a relatively large company. I got through to the second interview, and it was with a man. I won't call him a gentleman because he was not whatsoever. He was one of the rudest people I have ever met. And I will remember for the rest of my life how he just cut me off while I'm trying to say, like, what the importance of organic content is, and he's like, we don't need any content. That can come later. We just need ads. Oh, no. And then starts quizzing me on ads and ad spend and all this stuff. And I'm looking at him and I just go, okay, well, that's all well and good that you think that you just need ads, but where are you going to point these people to with the ad when they click? You're just going to point them to the homepage that's got next to nothing on there?
Yeah.
And it was an absolute train wreck of an interview.
Yeah, red flag.
Aside from that. But the fact that he said that, I was like, well, okay, it's like throwing papers out into the wind and essentially telling people you're the best, but not having any clout or proof that you actually are.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
even your website. If you're pointing to people to your website and it's not optimized and it's not, and when I say about optimized, I mean the flow is easy. The customer can look at a product, they read the description, it's hitting the pain points, there's reviews, there's trust factors, it's hitting the mark with everything. If you don't have any of that, they're gone. And that's another thing. And that's why, like, I do call myself a Facebook ads person, but I also see myself as an e-commerce sort of all-rounder, because having owned my own store, and that's what I teach people. It's like, no, you've got to do this and you have to have this in place, because once you have your website, email marketing, Instagram, Facebook, wherever your audience is, they all work together and your ads will have even better results from having all that in place.
Yeah, following this ad campaign, I did happen to send through a huge list of website revisions because I noticed a huge number of click-throughs, but not that many conversions. So there was some friction, something stopping that next step from occurring.
That's why when you do set up your ad campaigns and your columns, that tells you a whole story. Where are the bottlenecks? What's happening here? And then my job, if you've hired me, it's like, okay, why is there such a huge bottleneck? And I go and investigate that. We're doing that currently with a client, and things are slowly improving. She's understanding that. Like, this week her sales increased and she was wrapped. But yeah, there was a lot of work that went into that. So why is this happening? What's going on? Let's test this out. Let's change this on the website and let's see if that works. And then you've got to sit and wait and see if that works. So it is a process.
Absolutely. So interesting. Now, we've got a few quick fire questions for you, Anna. But before we do, tell us about where you like to hang out online so people can go and connect with you. And you've got a little freebie as well, don't you? A discovery call, is that right?
Yeah, you can jump on a call with me, a strategy call, discovery call. It's a 30-minute call, and it's not one of those pushy sales calls. It's if you're ready if you want to jump into Facebook ads, if you want to know whether you're ready, we can jump on a call.
Excellent. And are you an Instagram girly?
I live on Instagram. Flourish Digital _ So I'm on there all the time.
Yeah, and we'll link to all of Anna's social hangouts, her website, and where to book that free discovery call in today's show notes.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. So first question. What is your number one tip for busy parents in business? And it doesn't have to be Facebook ads related at all.
My number one tip, outsource if you can. Anything, whether it's
that you are not the first one to say that.
If it's cleaning, outsource. If it's a VA, outsource. There are ways to do that on a budget, but yeah, outsource where you can.
Now, you are a fellow Melburnian like me. Where's your favourite coffee spot? Where are you going?
I'm out north. There's a cafe in South Moraine called Against the Grind. And it's just got this beautiful Bali vibe in there. I've had some of my photos done there a couple of years, about 3 years ago, I think. And you just walk in and it's just like you're not in that area. It's like you're overseas. I don't know. I can't describe it. It's just the best cafe, the best decor, and the owner is absolutely beautiful. Her name is Kathy. She's just lovely, and I just go there. It's just nice to get some work done and just have a coffee, and it's beautiful.
Sounds amazing, like a little sanctuary.
It is, yeah.
So, listeners that are not in the AU and Z area will have no idea what I'm talking about.
Even New Zealanders won't. We don't have.
Oh, really? I thought they might know what this is.
No.
Okay.
I mean, they might know, but
yeah. No. So, all right, we know, like, Americans, when you say football, you mean gridiron. Yeah. Football everywhere else is soccer, and then Australians like to be special and have footy.
We're footy lovers.
Yeah, footy. So, what's footy? And are you a footy fan?
Can I swear?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I am a huge footy fan. I've got my membership hanging up on my wall. I'm a Carlton supporter.
My mother-in-law's a Carlton supporter as well, and she goes to the games. Then she goes home and watches the replay on TV.
What? You've got to watch the replay.
I'll
watch snippets. If I've missed something, I'll go home and just fast forward to where that happened. Or I've actually, I actually bring my AirPods and listen to the game while I'm watching the game, but it goes against me because it's delayed. There's about a 5-second delay. It's like, damn it, I want to know who's injured.
So to anyone who has no idea what we're talking about, footy is Aussie rules football.
Yeah.
The ball looks, I guess, sort of similar like
Yeah.
a gridiron football. It's a bit more curved. It's not pointy at the end. It's white. I don't know. But it's mostly played in the state of Victoria, I believe, right?
Well,
Am
it was
I right?
born here,
Yeah.
but
It was born in but it's all over. It is different to rugby, where you kick the ball forward. You don't throw the ball backwards.
Between the legs or whatever, that stupid move they do. Sorry to anyone listening.
But personally, I think the only thing that matters, and I think every mum would appreciate this, the guys are in shorts and their tushes are really nice to look at when they're running. That's pretty much the only reason why I would watch Aussie.
Glenn, you're going to get us cancelled.
That's why I said tushies.
Tushies. There you go. Wrapping up this episode with a little sexual harassment.
But don't touch, okay?
We all do it.
Well, Anna, thank you for coming and chatting to us all about ads. I've learned a few things now, which is exciting. So much, I think, to take in, to learn, and to just test out for yourself. It's like every social media or marketing tactic. You've got to just put it out there, look at the data, see what's working and what's not, tweak, refine, try again. And above all, I think the lesson for today is to just be patient. Give it some time, give it some budget, give it some love where it needs it, or just leave it alone and let Facebook just take care of the rest.
Back away slowly from the screen, walk away and come back. Go keep yourself busy for a couple of days.
Excellent. I love that advice. All right. Well, take care. Until next time, stay mad.
Thank you.